Part 2. I'll bet you weren't taught that in school. And then she continues, our corporate form of government, this is what she says. This is her words, not mine. She says, our corporate form of government is based on Roman civil law and admiralty, or maritime law, which is also known as the divine right of kings and the law of the seas. Another fact of American history is taught in our schools. Actually, Roman civil law was fully established in the colonies before our nation began, and then became managed by private international law. In other words, the government created for the District of Columbia via the Act of 1871 operates solely under private international law, not common law, which was the foundation of our constitutional republic. This fact has impacted all Americans in concrete ways. For instance, although private international law is technically only applicable within the District of Columbia and not in other states of the Union, the arms of the corporation of the United States are called departments, i.e., the Justice Department, the Treasury Department, and other departments affect everyone, no matter where and what state they live. Guess what? Each department belongs to the corporation, to the United States, in all caps. Refer to any United States Code, USC. Note the capitalization. This is evidence of a corporation, not a republic. For example, in Title 28, 300215, A, B, and C, all caps, it is unequivocally stated that the United States is a corporation. Translation, the corporation is not a separate and a distinct entity. It is not this connection from the government. It is the government. This is what she says. Your government. This is extremely important. I refer to it as the corporate empire of the United States, which operates under Roman civil law outside the original Constitution. How do you like being ruled by a corporation? You say you ask? You say you'll ask your congressperson about this. How? Congress is fully aware of this deception. So it is time that you, too, become aware of the deception. That this great deception means that it means is that members of Congress do not work for us, for you, or for me. This is her statement. They work for the corporation, for the United States. No wonder we can't get them to do anything on our behalf, or meet our demands, or answer our questions. Technically, legally, or any other way you want to look at the matter. The corporate government of the United States has no jurisdiction or authority in any state of the Union, the Republic, beyond the District of Columbia. Let that tidbit sink in. Then ask yourself, could this deception have occurred without full knowledge and complicity of the Congress? Do you think it happened by accident? If you do, you're deceiving yourself. There are no accidents, no coincidences. Face the facts and confront the truth. Remember, you are presumed to know the law. They know you don't know the law, or for that matter, your history. Why? Because no concerted effort was ever made to teach or otherwise inform you. As a sovereign, you are entitled to full disclosure of all facts. As a slave, you are entitled to nothing other than what the corporation decided to give you. Remember also that ignorance of the law is no excuse. It is your responsibility and obligation to learn the law and know how it applies to you. No wonder corporations counted on the fact that most people are too indifferent, unconcerned, distracted, or lazy to learn what they need to know to survive within the system. We have been conditioned to let the government do the thinking for us. These are all their statements. Because I do not count the District of Columbia to be a government under a foreign corporation. Now's the time to turn that around if we intend to help save, or she says, now's the time to help. Now's the time to turn that around if we intend to help save our republic and ourselves before it's too late. As an instrument of the international bankers, the United States in all cap owns you from birth to death. That's what she says. It also holds ownership of all your assets. This is what she's saying. It also holds ownership of all your assets, your property, even your children. Think long and hard about the bill taxes, fines, and licenses you have paid for a purchase. Yes, they had you by the pockets. If you don't believe it, read the 14th Amendment. See, I don't claim to be a 14th Amendment citizen of the corporation. See how free you really are. Ignorance of the facts led to your silence. Silence is construed as consent. Consent to the beneficiaries of a debt you did not incur. As a sovereign people, we have been deceived for hundreds of years. We think we are free. This is all their statements. But in truth, we are servants of the corporation. Congress committed treason against the people in 1871. Honest men could have corrected the fraud and the treason, but apparently there weren't enough honest men to counteract the lust for money and power. She says, we lost more freedom than we would ever know, thanks to corporate infiltration of our so-called government. Do you think that any soldier who died in any or many wars would have fought if he or she had known the truth? Do you think one person would have laid down his or her life for a corporation? How long will we remain silent? How long will we perpetuate the myth that we are free? When will we stand together as one sovereign people? When will we take back what has been as stolen from us, from the us? And then she continues, if the people of America had known to what extent their trust was betrayed, how long would it have taken for a real revolution to occur? Then she continues, what we now need is a revolution of thought. We need to change our thinking. And I agree with that. I don't consult to, nor do I, what's the word I'm looking for? No do I try to lead people into violence, nor do I try to lead people into any acts of terrorism, any acts of anything. I concede and succeed to the scripture which says, put on this mind that was also in Yahushua HaMashiach. As we elevate our minds, and as he said, my people are destroyed. This is what all these things I'm saying right now is what I said about Yahushua. He said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So if I try to lead anybody into anything, I lead you into gaining the knowledge of thyself. First of all, the knowledge of thy Elohim, thy Elo, the Most High, the knowledge of thyself, and the knowledge of who you are in this world. The de jour. And that knowledge alone right there will elevate you where you won't have to use violence or anything, because he says knowledge is power. So let me continue what she says. Well, okay, if the people of America had known to what extent their trust was betrayed, how long would it have taken for a real revolution to occur? What we now need is a revolution in thought. See, and that word thought, it keeps hitting me all the time now. I'm always getting thoughts, and I believe the thoughts are coming from the highest, the Most High, because it leads me into all truth by His Spirit, not by power, not by might, but by His Spirit. These are my words that I'm using from His words. So the revolution must be in the mind, not by power, not by might, not by your ability, not by what you think, not by violence, not by physical revolution, not by hurting anyone, but by the Spirit of truth that shall lead you into all truth. And the truth shall make you free. Okay, let me move on. We need to change our thinking. This is her thought, this is her words. Then we can change our world. Our children deserve their rightful legacy. The liberty of our ancestors fought to preserve the legacy of sovereign and fully free people. And then she goes on down the bottom. It says legal effective remedies now. So I think that was some good information. And like I said, the channel that I'm currently using on YouTube, of course, you know, I'm a spiritual man, so I give information as I am given through thought, through the spirit of the Most High. So I share that. But also I share pertinent information like this too, because it's all relevant. It's all relevant, meaning that this is the real world. But the scriptures are the real world too. Everything I just read to you right here is relevant to Revelations 18. When he says, come out of her, my people. Come out of the lie. Come out of this deception. Come out of the corporate legal fiction. The corporate straw man. Come out of the lies. See, because when they talk about America's going to fall, the land not going to fall. The continent not going to fall. But this lie going to fall. That's what Abba is going to destroy. And that's why he said the merchants of the earth no longer supported the lie. They got tired of the lie. And when they say Babylon the Great is fallen, he's not talking about the land or the soil. He's talking about the legal fiction, the lie, that has put its tentacles through all the world, to all the nations, and dominating the nations through deception, force, all those type of things. He's going to destroy those things. And the things I'm saying, I'm not against the people. I'm against the lie. I'm even against the lie in me. I want him to deliver me from the lie, because we've been lied to a lot. So we got a lot of lie in us. He got to deliver us from the lie, because we've been raised in the lie. He got to open our minds and elevate our minds till we can see clearly, till we can see what is right. That's just the truth. So, in saying that, into the next thought I get, or next good information, you know, because I'm not going to be limited to a subject. I'm going to be led by the Spirit to speak on what I believe is right to speak on, and what is knowledgeable for informational purposes, that we may elevate our mind. Shalom.